word of the day, a word I'm really hung up on, is sex transmutation.
Use that in a sentence, please.
Chapter 11, the mystery of sex transmutation. The meaning of the word transmute is, in simple language, the changing or transferring of one element or form of energy into another. The emotion of sex brings into being a state of mind. And then he goes on to describe the 3 reasons you would ever be in that state of mind. 1, the perpetuation of humankind, making babies. 2, the maintenance of health. As a therapeutic agency, it has no equal, just for fun. And 3, the transformation of mediocrity into genius through transmutation. We're going to try to deconstruct what the hell this man is talking about. And this idea of transmutation is something that we see in a lot of places. The excerpt we just read rang very Freudian to me, and they were contemporaries. They were alive at the same time. Freud had this idea, he believed in this thing called sexual sublimation, which is basically the idea that everything humans have ever achieved, so throughout our entire history, is a result of redirecting sexual energy toward more productive pursuits, as opposed to reproductive pursuits, I guess. So the way I think about this is that the entire civilization we live in today is purely a byproduct of other people's sexual frustration, which I'm not 100% sure I buy into this.
So I shall tell you the story of how I accidentally ended up doing this ridiculous thing, because I think there may be a worthwhile nugget or 3. This experience happened immediately following my dark night of the soul, a story that I've talked about in that video there, where basically my life went to shit all at once. I lost 2 jobs. I broke up with a long-term boyfriend. I broke up with a long-term boyfriend. I broke up with a long-term boyfriend. My health was a little bit messy. I lost an apartment. I was living in a city I hated, and I broke up with a long-term boyfriend. So at this point in my life, my confidence is shot. I'm kind of just floating, like I'm in this weird void. And I, for some reason, thought it would be a great idea to hire a personal trainer. I needed something to like dedicate myself to. And my trainer was a figure competitor. And the thing about bodybuilding, when you do it professionally, as she does, is that you can't really make a living from the shiny objects they sell you, or they give you. You can't, like, you know, sell the sword and the crown on eBay, or I don't know, like they don't make money doing this. They do it because they love it. And so people who compete professionally typically have some kind of business or private practice where they are taking on clients, people who want to lose weight, people who want to get in better shape, sometimes people who are training for, you know, competitions. But in my case, I just wanted someone to help me get into shape because I was kind of a mess at the time. And so I signed up for her program virtually because she's in San Diego and I'm in Oxford, and she basically sends me a program where she tells me what to eat every single day down to the last ounce of sweet potato. Okay, so it's very structured. And same thing in the gym, like you're gonna do this many reps and sets of all these exercises. But I'm a little bit weird. I think I'm spectrum-y because, like, when I decide I'm gonna do something, I am sort of a cyborg about it, especially at this point in my life where, like, I really needed something to throw myself into. It was a little tricky because I was in a difficult place financially. I was working a job before I manifested all the dream jobs. Story there. Was in this fucking job during the day, and then I also had to do a bunch of freelance work in the evening to make ends meet. And so I would get up at 3:30 in the morning to do these training programs.
Oh wow, so disciplined, so motivating.
No. Stop that. People who do that to themselves, they hate themselves. They cannot stand themselves. They are trying to punish themselves because they loathe themselves. I'm looking at you, David Goggins. I see you and your wounded inner child. You know who inspires me these days? People who are emotionally healthy, people who love themselves, people with balance in their lives. I had none of that at that point in my life. I was like a sad, angry F-35 jet fueled by my own hate fire for myself. I was this little self-hate machine that spewed self-hate, and I drank it all up again. And that's what kept me going day in and day out. I don't recommend it, but a few weeks into this, and my coach looked at my progress photos and she was like, you know, I think you should do a competition. You have the discipline for it.
But it is funny to paint all of humanity in this light of like, we're a bunch of sad wankers.
I broke up with a long-term boyfriend.
That cope by building great bridges and flying spaceships to the moon.
I feel like we're mixing metaphors. Whatever, we'll roll with it. We'll keep rolling with it.
So here's the idea I'm entertaining. We humans are the ultimate creators. Second only to our creator. I mean, look around you. We built this. We sculpted our reality. This is pure primordial power. And when you have sex with someone, you temporarily relinquish that power. And that doesn't even have to be an alchemical thing or a mystical thing. It could just be interpreted as the time, energy, and money, maybe, I don't know, that we put into the pursuit of sex and the act of it. Alternatively, if you retain those things, you literally have more resources to expend as you will. And I mean, that's it, right? Like it is your creative energy. You do with it exactly as you please. And I think that's a big part of the reason we're here, to create. Understand this truth and you will catch the significance of the statement that sex transmutation will lift one to the status of a genius. The emotion of sex contains the secret of creative ability